That's on Field 3. Over on Field 2, Men's Division 4, as St. Louis faces off against Orange County. And in Field 5, Division 5, it'll be North Carolina/Des Moines taking on the Maine Cats. We're going to step aside and come right back. You're watching the 2025 USAFL National Championships from Tucson, Arizona, here on AussieRulesUSA.com.
back. Okay. Alex C, back pocket. Okay.
Hey, boys. All right. Use your voice all day. Use your voice, okay? Yeah. Swannaroos on 3. 1, 2, 3. Swannaroos. Let's go, boys. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Strong in that quarter was fantastic.
Welcome back to the 2025 USAFL National Tournament from Tucson, Arizona. We're at the Kino Sports South Complex here. Gorgeous grounds. I'm Dan Sarbacher on the mic here, joined by Jason Becker for this men's Division III game between the Columbus Cats and the Arizona Hawks. Teams are lining up here. Jason, any thoughts before we get underway?
Oh, just that it's been a wonderful morning so far. The shadows on the light posts are getting a little shorter as the dew is kind of going away, so it's getting to be midday, but perfect weather, perfect surface. If you're listening on audio only, the pickleball courts are to the left on your radio dial, and if you're watching on the live stream or recording, it's a beautiful, picturesque background, the mountains that you can see off to the north.
Yeah, busy morning. There's 5 grounds going here at the national tournament here in Tucson. Our first time here for the tournament, and the facilities look fantastic. The excitement's certainly very, very high, and a lot of folks involved to pull this effort off. We've got a great crew here with us here, gearing up for a game in the men's Division 3. 2 really different contests we saw prior to this. Jason, you were helping out on the sideline. Morning game, first one we called a seesaw affair. And then the second, New York really pulled away in the match we just concluded.
Yeah, I think you touched on some good points. New York really moving it on fast, like you said, showing their class, but also lots of credit to Sac Suns for having one Aussie but still playing Division 1, so good on them for that.
So Columbus Cats here wearing the hoops, the blue and white hoops that you'll see. Arizona sporting the jumpers that look a lot like the state flag. Very colorful jumpers. So they're technically the home side, I think, here. Most of the players probably Phoenix-based would have driven down for that. Columbus flying in from Ohio, of course. Players just lining up, about to get underway here.
I do see Derek Shotwell out there, number 35. He was a bit questionable with injury, so it's good to see him out there.
I was about to ask you any key players you recognize. You're involved in the international program, especially the Revolution side, so you'd know the roster there a bit. And any folks you recognize to watch out for?
Oh, just a couple usual suspects. We're just going to get started right now. Clyde Simpson, Stork, obviously. What little wind we had has completely died, so just absolutely perfect conditions.
Flags dead still. Cats get the clearance out of the center here to move the ball forward. Arizona tracking back through number 3 there. That's just finding my sheets here. Number 3, that Joey Ludostansky. That's an old-time name in some of the early Arizona teams. Intercept mark there on the halfback by the Cats. They look to switch play out here to the near side, right in front of the broadcast booth, broadcast tent. And a bit of mucking around on the ground.
Ball tied up there. A couple of Ludos on the Arizona team. There's Joey and Ryan.
Umpire asked for it there. Ball tied up. We'll have a ball up here. A couple of tall ruckmen. Not too many people measure up to Stork there at Columbus, but I reckon his opposition there is at 69, only giving up an inch or two. Michael Grogan, I believe, for the Hawks. Arizona here building up here on the near side. Clyde Simpson, hard attack at the football. Ball spills to the Cats.
That's Stokely with the quick kick, but it didn't come off his boot quite right.
100% of the play statistics tell us between the 50s at this point. So 0 forward 50 entries, all the play happening between the 50 arcs. That's a center ground battle in neutral territory.
Couple of attempts to switch have not come off yet, just going wide, and then they come back. So we're playing between the arcs at the moment.
So the Watch AFL scoreboard still 0-0, early stages here of the Columbus Cats Arizona Hawks game. Arizona with the intercept mark there. That's the first real forward 50 entry. Technically the second. There was an earlier one there, just a meter or two. This one more deep and penetrating. Hawks intercept, get a mark in the middle, and look to start to switch play. Clyde Simpson, though, with Columbus is going to collect this. Finds the hands to Stork. That was a couple of Revos connecting there.
A couple of guys we mentioned at the top of the coverage. Another forward entry was going to get cut off. Good job making a contest there, keeping the ball alive down there in the corner if there's such a thing on an oval.
So Cats giving themselves a little bit of an extra chance that time by bringing the ball to ground, but Arizona up to the task. Builds out the far side this time. Not much of the play there. We've had a lot of it right in front of us here and in the center of the ground. Call by the umpire here is going to award a kick to Phoenix. I'm not sure exactly what they call it. I didn't see the signal. It's worth mentioning a lot of the umpires we have here this weekend. Some are in training. There was an umpires training session yesterday, so they're actually training and getting watched by a supervisor during this match. So mark paid there right on the edge of 50. He's telling his forward to hold off. I think he fancies himself at this distance.
We shall. Doesn't go for home. Kicks a short one. Nice possession pass. See what happens from here. little closer in, but not a better angle.
Bites off about 10 more meters, maybe puts it in range, but to Jason's point, at a tighter angle, he's certainly approaching this like he wants to have a crack at the sticks. Doesn't make the distance, though. Oh, it could have been nudged off the ball there, away from the contest, but Arizona cleans up in the back, and they're rebounding out the far side again.
Probably a good play. Pushed off, but also did make contact with the footy. I don't mind that call. No call.
Arizona showing a little bit of a pattern. They get that ball out wide, right around the 50-meter arc, maybe 60 meters out, and they're immediately targeting inboard again. Cats up to the task this time, although Clyde pinged, did not make contact with the hand, so officially recorded as a tackle there. Change of possession, and the Hawks are quick to play on.
Yeah, didn't quite get a fist to it, and finally Arizona, starting to threaten their own inside 50.
Michael Grogan for the Hawks there at the bottom of the pile. He got dragged down. He's getting himself heavily involved early for the big man. A lot of groundwork, actually. Ball spills out the back. Oh, Stork intercepts with hands and is moving forward for Columbus. Connecting through Clyde Simpson. Forward 50 entry here. Could have marked. Well, comes to ground instead. And the melee happens. Punched out of 50, back into center square. And the Hawks collect. They're on the run now. Find an open man on half forward, 88. That's Darren Henderson. Henderson plays on. They're inside forward 50. There they are targeting Grogan. He's the man they want to work through, it looks like. Arizona. Nope, I'm sorry. 60. Had the wrong number. Jason Wilhelm. That's Pony, former Revolution player.
Yeah, that was it. They finally connected the dots, Arizona did, and had a few links and got it down to the goal square.
So out for a behind. That's our first tick on the scoreboard. So the Philly Hawks 0-1-1 lead this. Excuse me, not Philly. Arizona Hawks 0-1-1 over Columbus. No score yet.
Breeze just picking up a little bit from right to left. Here comes Stokely again through. He's got a bit of dash, gets a hand to it. Ball
Cats collect. They continue to have numbers, Cats, at the football. It seemed their groundwork, they're notoriously good at that. Clyde Simpson over the years has really lifted the game there, and seems everyone sort of rises to his level, collecting the football on the ground. So early on, strategically, it looks like Arizona a little more success through the air, Columbus a little more success on the ground. We'll see what ends up actually breaking through if someone can slot a major here at some point.
Yeah, and right now every player on the ground, bar maybe two, is within a kick of the footy. So that accordion that we talk about that stretches and moves along the field right now really in Arizona's favor if they can keep it up to the right of screen.
High tackle free kick awarded to Columbus. They choose to play out wide on the far side. Doesn't come off. Arizona rebounds. Columbus again, numbers at the football. Tackle applied. He took his man on. So that's going to be a Columbus free kick. Can't see who applied it. Can't quite see the number from here. But high ball, aerial contest. We're going to get another high contact. This time Arizona awarded. So that might have been in the contest. Players were even confused, actually.
Yep, tit for tat. Still between the arcs.
They're still not sure who that should have been awarded to. But while they were arguing, one of the Arizona players slipped free. Managed to connect through him and then targeting out wide on a lead. Arizona's got numbers at this pack right now, and they come out with it. Forward 50 entry, again through Wilhelm. He kicks squarely across, trying to find an opening. There really wasn't one.
That's really been the challenge, this half-forward link. And when they break that line, good things are threatening to happen up forward for Arizona.
Shotwell collecting on the halfback flank. Hoping to build up that far side. He goes through Clyde, so a couple of the more skilled players for Columbus collecting a lot of possessions and connecting with each other early.
And again, Derek Shotwell, I think battling through injury recently. It's great to see him out there. He looks to be just fine at the moment.
Not sure he made contact with the foot there. Could have been pinged and awarded a tackle, but Columbus and the bodies still fly. Arizona gets the clearing kick. Should be a contest in flight. No one really tracks with the ball, but comes to ground. Columbus collecting here on the boundary. No, he doesn't. Arizona player made a great effort there to keep that ball alive. 33 here with the hands. That's Jeffrey Gatos. Ball up to forward with Wilhelm. Bit of desperation from the Cats, trying to keep this in check. Arizona with another effort here. Was that Henderson again, I believe, with the near miss, records a behind. So that's going to be 0-2-2 for Arizona.
Good chance gone begging. Might have even hit the PVC if maybe a player did.
So on the Watch AFL scoreboard, 0-2-2 Arizona. No score yet for the Cats.
High fly here. Stork trying to run through, has a bounce within 2 meters and now kicks long. This is could be over the top. Coast to coast potentially. Shot on goal, that misses as well. Looks like it's going to be a behind.
She signs of life here for the Cats. You love seeing that out of a big man. So Stork, Mark McClure there, really, really good pickup and accelerated out of that pack. So very quickly the Cats able to get forward into forward 50. Only recorded a behind of it, but they are now on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Arizona 0-2-2, Columbus 0-1-1.
Nice mark out here on the wing to keep the ball moving for Arizona. That's Michael Grogan.
No straight kicks yet to hit the scoreboard. Indicative of the pressure the players are actually receiving. Almost all the play happening between the forward 50 arcs. Very few opportunities going forward into forward 50, and when they do, they've been under high pressure.
That was a great possession kick into the center square and then back out of the center square to the forward arc. So a couple of good possession passes. That was a lot to bite off, but perfect kicks and catches.
Big target there, Henderson 88. He's kicking now into traffic.
Cut off
spoiled by Columbus.
Here
A
comes
little bit
Stork.
off the side of the foot, comes out to boundary here. Stork applies a shepherd in space, allows his teammate to run on, who promptly kicks to the other team. Rebound Arizona. Inboard kick straight up through the guts, 17. That's Alex Mayberry. He overkicks his man Merkley there on the half-forward line. It runs out for a boundary throw.
Not a heap of scoring early on, but it certainly is exciting. It's going from end to end, and occasionally a team will threaten to break a line.
Let's have a check our Watch AFL scoreboard here. Since we don't have a lot, let's see what's going on the other fields. We, of course, have a Div 3 game here. Another one happening on Field 2, Chicago Swans, Nashville Kangaroos. Swans 0-4-4 to Nashville, no score yet. So some inaccuracy from the Swans there. Nashville not able to hit the board yet. Field 3, women's game. Golden Gate Iron Maidens 1-0-6 to the Denver Bulldogs 0-1-1. Men's Division 4, St. Louis Blues, Orange County Giants. No score recorded there yet. Not sure if someone's updating for us or not, or if there is, in fact, no score. Same thing over on the Division 5 game, North Carolina Des Moines Combine against the Maine Cats. But here on the Coopers Field, Men's Division 3 game, 0-2-2 Arizona Hawks, 0-1-1 Columbus, partway through the first half.
And Hall pumps it in long, and that one is marked by Ponyboy Wilhelm.
So big Jason Wilhelm here will go back up. We'll back up and have a slot at, have an attempt to slot through the for our first major of the game. He's checking with the umpire, making sure he's on his line. Umpire backs out, satisfied that he is. Looked like it came off the outside of his right foot. Never crossed the goal line. Paid. Thought we had a mark paid. Columbus acted like it wasn't paid. Umpire might have been a little late on the whistle, so I think that is what happened. Ball never crossed the goal line, was in fact marked.
Very close
That's
to
by
goal.
11 there. Darren Bateman, extremely tight angle.
We'll see if he goes the banana or tries to center or tries a straight one. We'll see.
Straight kick, right on line,
The
and he
umpire
might
did
have
not
been up to
move.
the task. He's walking to the center of the sticks.
Wow, good
We'll
kick.
call it a walk right down the Tucson Stravenue. A little trivia piece for you in a minute, Jason. But the first major of the game goes to Arizona. Jason Wilhelm marks inside 50, sprays off the right side of his boot, but it's marked in front of goals, and a really tight angle kick there. Bateman hits the first major of the game. Nice build-up for Arizona. They actually were able to find a little space inside forward 50 there.
Yep, first major. And apologies if you don't like spoilers as we give you updates from other games, but that the women's game, Denver and Golden Gate, that's one to watch.
We'll learn a piece of trivia. Stravenues are recognized by the U.S. Postal Service, but only exist here in Tucson. Apparently it's a diagonal street that runs between an intersection and another street. Unique street term that it's one of a kind here, only in Tucson.
That explains why we got here at 5 minutes before 9 o'clock this morning.
Jason kicks over the top of Wilhelm there. He turns, and the chase is on. A little bit of a fracas there in the forward pocket. That was 10 for Arizona. Alex Fernandez that was picking up the ball. Columbus rebounds back into the center of the ground. Clyde Simpson at the bottom of the pack, as he so often is. He's got a nose for the football.
When they do get it, Columbus, they can move it quickly, but Arizona have done pretty well to cut those off most of the time.
Yeah, a lot of wasted opportunities, I think, is what you're starting to see stack up for Columbus. They're working hard when they can on the ground. 14 here in front of us. Tim Duckworth takes the mark and able to play on quickly as his opposition overruns the contest. Inside 50 is rebounded and then smothered right at the forward 50, but collected again by Columbus. Not 15, that's going to be a play on. Duckworth again collects that. Wonders why he wasn't paid a mark, and the umpire late on the signal to play on. Want the man in green to be especially vocal on that type of play. There's Chet getting a run at half forward. He's a big, tall target. Former Revo also, number 13, Chet Ridnour. He was the target there. Nice turn.
Good kick. It might curl.
Nice turn by 15 of Columbus. Rob Adams, also some former Revo talent. Rob, very clever turn there, and at his angle, he actually played that off the side of his boot very cleverly. It ended up turning a touch too far, so records for a behind. So going to the Watch AFL scoreboard, 1-2-8 Arizona, 0-2-2 Columbus. Columbus showing some signs of life here, applying some pressure. Nice contest there. Ridnour apologizes because he caught him maybe a little bit of an arm chop, but the contest was clean. Marked it anyway, so it didn't matter.
Little ear massage at no extra charge.
Shoot Pell's roll there, showing some pace on the far side. Running forward for Arizona with the ball. That's one way to break the lines and the Cats' pressure.
You know, the last right to left that we saw from Columbus, that started with Jay Ziegler here in the back line, and he's another one that's very capable of moving it quickly from one end to the other.
60 Dean Panic awarded the tackle there. Oh, no, excuse me. Umpire signaled the wrong way initially. That's actually an Arizona kick. 10, that's Fernandez again. He's shown some handiness as the small forward up in the forward pocket here. The big men have taken some grabs for Arizona, but Fernandez has gotten involved in quite a few plays, keeping things alive for them, and here he's awarded a free kick in his range. He's going to have a crack at the sticks. Ball's way left.
Oh, but it's marked.
Not going to make the distance, but is it marked? And it in fact is. So we've got probably about as tight of an angle as we did on their first goal, Jason, just from the other side. That's 69 Grogan, again. One of their guns again. Yep. So their talls really exerting themselves. Arizona finding a way to reach their talls by air.
Yeah, Grogan's got great hands, taking it in one bite every time. He's going to have a similarly bad angle, but that hasn't stopped Arizona before from putting it through. We'll see how much the umpire has to work this time. A little bit. We'll see. Looks like they might have gotten it.
Arizona's clapping and high-fiving like they got it. There's the signal he, in fact, did. So Arizona, another major on the scoreboard. So the Watch AFL scoreboard, Arizona now 2 goals, 2 behinds. As they're updating, 14. Columbus 0 goals, 2 behinds, 2. So 2-2-14 to 0-2-2. Arizona starting to show a little bit of class, Jason, in this contest. Again, those big men exerting themselves up in that forward line. It's a tall spine for Arizona. Yeah,
you know, again, Columbus can move it quickly, but right now they're digging themselves a hole. But as we speak, it's Clyde Simpson to Derek Shotwell, right on down to forward 50. If they can make something happen here before the end of the first half, it'll be a more interesting halftime spray.
Rebound here from Arizona. They're finding those big men again, and there it is. 14, that was 14 out of the back. Duckworth running his total 14.9 meters and then finding that big kick up to a big target. Henderson and Arizona able to really quickly rebound from a pretty serious Cats effort. Looked good with Clyde coming out there, Jason, a moment ago. thought the Cats might challenge a bit, put some pressure on the scoreboard, but Arizona ends up being up to the task and rebounding.
And here Stork goes all the way to the back wing, trying to make something happen. Shot well high, but it spills to ground. Looks like Arizona might be bringing it back again. Short kick, turn and try. Oh, good punch. It's right here. It's all happening right in front of us.
Ball stays in bounds. Cats collect. Get that clearing kick. Chet Ridenour in the contest flies, but wasn't able to get arms up. Got a little bit of a nudge on the ground, put him off balance. Arizona able to collect off halfback. Big penetrating kick. You know, if there is much wind, if any, they're kicking against it, but still some big penetrating kicks to their big men. Intercept mark across halfback again for Arizona.
And there he is.
69, we've called his name a lot. That's Grogan. They are finding ways to find their big men. Henderson, Grogan, and Ponyboy Wilhelm exerting themselves in the forward line for Arizona. The mids and halfbacks for Arizona doing a great job of rebounding what Columbus is throwing at them and then finding those big targets.
Well, we've talked about his hands before, and he also knows where to be, and now he's got a big boot right from 50. Did that carry?
No, big booming kick from Grogan, and Norman, you'd asked him to dial that back ever so slightly so it didn't get landing right in the goal square, but
for the third time, we've seen a mark within 10 yards of the goal at a terrible angle.
That's
but
right.
It doesn't seem to stop them.
Normally those get spoiled out too easily, but in this case, because of the height differential back there, Jason Wilhelm with the mark, and now he slots a major. So Arizona with their tails up a little bit here, working through their big men.
A third impossible angle and just a straight kick for the third straight goal with that kind of kick. I've noticed a guy with a bandana out there. I think it's Kevin Kuntz. It reminds me of Bradley Pope from way back in the day. He was always wearing the headband and always good for a somersault or two per game.
Sonic the Hedgehog. He could somersault roll and pick up that football at full pace. Bradley Pope was my roommate in the 2005 International Cup. Shout out to him if he happens to be listening out there or wherever he is in the world.
We learned quite a bit from him. Sheep don't burn was one of them. Sheep don't burn. It is halftime now.
It is halftime. Charlie's been busy here in the second half of this first half updating the score. We've got the Watch AFL scoreboard now. 3 goals to 20 for Arizona to 0-2-2 for Columbus. Jason, interesting first half. It was a pretty tightly contested affair, and no one able to really hit the scoreboard other than a couple of minors early on. And all of the play happening between the arcs.
Yep, and Arizona, besides kicking some impossible angle goals, have also just at times been able to make those links to get from one end to the other. Columbus is certainly capable, but just hasn't made those connections yet. And by the way, it's the lanolin that makes the sheep not burn.
Yeah, interesting fun fact. Let's take a look across the rest of the USAFL tournament here and check scores. So the Swans continue inaccurate kicking on the other D3 game. 1-6-12, Nashville 0-1-1. Iron Maidens over the Bulldogs 2 goals, 12-1-2-8. Iron Maidens over the Bulldogs. Men's Division 4, St. Louis 2 straight kicks, 12. But Orange County Giants up on them 3 goals, 3-21. And in the Div 5 game, North Carolina Des Moines Combine 0-2-2. Maine Cats 4-26 in control there. We're going to take a break here on the Coopersfield. Thanks for joining us for this Division 3 game. We'll be back in a few moments.